Obviously, we didn't. It wasn't the outcome that we had prepared for or planned. But when you get up that many yards rushing, it's going to be hard to win any football game. But one thing about it, I was pleased that those guys, coming out of the second half when we were down, everybody kept their heads up, and I thought we really fought back, and those kids did not quit. So, that was a positive sign.
What do you think the difference was? I mean, you mentioned the rushing yards, but I mean, when it came down to it, what do you think the difference was in the game?
Well, obviously rushing yards on both sides. We struggle running the football, and struggle stopping the run. So we had to improve that on both sides of the football. I guess, but the most discouraging part were the penalties. And we preach about it being a disciplined football team, but you have to you have to perform like that. So we had to clean up those penalties because that killed us on both sides. Keeping drives alive for them and putting us behind the chains, on offense.
Tape. What positives did you take away, if any?
Well, there was a lot of good things that happened. I thought that we were solid in the kicking game. It was good to see those guys, and I thought we looked organized. We didn't have a whole lot of 10 people on the field, 12 people on the field, things of that nature in the kicking game. A lot of the young guys played, and we knew they were going to get put in the fire, and they were. And like I said, we were down. It was a 7-3 ball game in the first quarter. The second quarter kind of got away from us, but the second half, I think they outscored us by maybe 3 points. So it was a situation where those guys, our backs were against the wall at halftime, and we could have easily dropped our heads and felt sorry for each other. But they came out with a lot of energy. I love their attitudes, and they finished the football game.
Pretty encouraging to see that. Even though they were down, they kept fighting, they kept battling for the all four quarters, something you could build off of heading to next week.
Definitely. I mean, we knew it was going to be some bumps and bruises. We talked about being a young football team. Obviously, there's a lot of things that we need to work on, technique and fundamentals. And as coaches, we have to do a better job of getting those guys in position to make plays. But if those guys will fight for you like that, we'll be fine.
Coach, for the game, was it Austin Peay that much better, or is that a talent issue for North Carolina Central?
No, by no stretch. They were not at 31 points better than us. Talent-wise, I thought we matched up. They just executed, and that's what it's all about. You have to, stay on pace with the chains, and you can't get behind it. We weren't winning first down on either side of the ball, so they were getting us in third and long situations, and obviously passing downs. And then on the other side, we weren't winning first down on defense. We were getting up way too many yards rushing.
What changes for Davies? Am I saying it right now? Quarterback?
Yes. A.K.A. Pee Wee. We call him Pee Wee.
Okay, what changes for Pee Wee? Now, obviously, you'll get more reps and you're going to throw a lot more at him, but it will be a big change for him, you think, moving forward to the next game, moving from 3 to 2 on the depth chart?
No. And when we recruited him, we brought him in, and we told him he was going to have an opportunity to, push for a starting position, if not playing time. And now his name's called, and, his number's called, so it's time for him to step in and, go to work.
Expected, though, I imagine, him going from 3 to 2 in week 2, calling his name sooner than he probably expected to call it this year.
No, I think the man's talented, and he could have easily been a 2 or a 1, depending on how things shook up during the quarterback battle. He's, great athlete, very smart young man. I think he was a 4.0 student coming out of high school, so him picking the playbook's not going to be a problem, and he has all the athletic ability in the world.
Is he more of a pure pocket pass, or can he run a little bit? What's kind of his game style?
He's a dual threat quarterback, and has a pretty strong arm. And like I said, he's about 6'3", about 195 pounds, and he's athletic. He's athletic, and like I said, he's a very smart young man. And he has a demeanor to be a great quarterback. He doesn't get too excited, doesn't get too down. He's an even kill type person.
Did he play against in week 1?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
No.
What unit, if there is a unit, are you expecting a big game from, or to bounce back in response to last week's performance this week?
Definitely our defense. I think we're pretty strong on defense and pretty stout, and it wasn't physical. It's just run fits, and Coach Archer Lindsey, our defensive coordinator, and those guys that are on that side of the ball, they'll get it corrected. And I think our run fits and our run defense will be a lot better this week 2.
Just numbers aside, just not looking at the stats. What do you like about Michael's game, and what did you see from him? I guess I should say, considering he didn't play at all last year, his first game back last week.
Well, again, like I always said about Mike, I think he does a really good job of managing the football game. And, if you can't run the football, you're going to put a lot of pressure on your quarterback. And that's if you want to help your quarterback out, you have to be able to run the football. So once our run game improves, our quarterback play will definitely improve. But, I like his demeanor. And I like the way the guys rally around him, and I think for you to be a good quarterback, you have to be level-headed and have to have, be even kill.
You said the term rally around him. How's Pee Wee with the guys, being a freshman? I know sometimes freshmen can be kind of waiting their turn, kind of laid back, but he's a quarterback, so he has to be somewhat vocal. How is he around the guys his first year here?
Well, he doesn't say much. He's real mild-mannered. But, we have for us to have so many new guys, we spend a whole lot of time this off season, as far as the culture and building the family, building chemistry amongst the team. And I think the guys are excited. They're excited to play. Whoever's back there, they're gonna rally around. And whether it be offense, defense, or whatever the case may be. So I don't think that the guys are going to be concerned about whether it's Pee Wee or Micah back there.
When you got with your team on, what was it, Sunday or Monday or whatever, what was the, when you look in their eyes, what was it like coming after that performance?
They were disappointed. And, obviously the coach was disappointed. I, definitely was. But, what I told them after the game and Sunday in the team meeting, if they continue to fight like they did, we're going to be fine. And the biggest thing that I want to see from our team is just improvement, day in, day out, week in and week out. So, I think I said this last week or whenever, as long as that's the biggest thing that you want as a coach is just to see your team improving, week by week.
Defense is the unit you want to see a jump from. When I look at Towson's players to watch, see 4 preseason All-American guys. So what kind of problems do those guys present for that unit this week?
Thank you for preseason. Appreciate that. Okay, thank you, Kyle. It's going to be they have an outstanding football team, and they're talented, and they're going to be they're much better than I think the team that we saw last week. So we just have to get better. And again, like it was last week, we have to. It's about us. That's what it is. It's about us. We have to improve. And they have an outstanding quarterback. I don't know who's better, him or his brother, the Flacco kid. And the running back is outstanding. And then obviously they're strong on defense. They have a bunch of transfers on their team. Guys from a bunch of P5 programs. So they've been successful in the past few years, and they're a well coached football team.
Flacco, is it Joe Flacco?
Yes. So I don't know if it's Joe or Tom that we're gonna see. One of those Flaccos. Both of them pretty good.
Do you get any guys back who didn't play last week?
Yes, we'll get a couple guys back. For the next 3 weeks, we'll be started getting some guys back. So we had about 8 projected, not necessarily starters, but guys that were going to contribute that were out last week, and we'll probably get 2 or 3 of those guys back this week. And working in the conference play, we should be getting having everybody back healthy.
Talk about young guys or freshmen. Were any particular guys jump off the film when you watched it?
We had there's so many of them out there. You could just really pick one. I thought Khalil Baker did some good things. Shamar Baker did some good things. Deshaun Holloway, defensive lineman, he's a walk-on. And, he came in and made a couple plays for us. The kicker, Adrian, he hit his first career field goal.
On Saturday, did you get to sit back and watch any college football?
You say off? And we got beat 41. We got beat
Since
41
you guys didn't
10.
play on Saturday.
We got beat 41-10. I don't think anybody in this building was off on Saturday. But I'm sorry, did I watch any football? I watched quite a bit of North Carolina Central and Austin Peay. I'm sorry, but unfortunately I missed the big college game day deal. Lee Corso and whoever else is out there.
So when you watched the game back, was it as bad as you saw it on Thursday, or not as much, or you saw some things there when you looked at it back?
It was about what I saw, during the game. It was obvious. It was run fits, and then going back and looking, you win first down, win second down, get them to a third down situation, and then you get a crazy penalty, unsportsmanlike conduct. and that's not going to be tolerated here on this in this program. But we're not going to keep drives alive because of crazy penalties. Then on offense, same thing. You win second down, and you get third and manageable, and then we get a crazy penalty. So we have to get that corrected and be a more disciplined football team. But the stuff that we saw, luckily it's not a talent issue. So I think that we can really get these guys coached up, and we'll be a little better next week. A good one.
A little more specific. Yeah.
Okay. They're about, I guess, about 60-40 pass to run. He like to throw the ball around a little bit, but they have an outstanding run game. Like I said, that I think his name's Simpson. Their running back, number 13. He is really good. They're very big up front, and they try to attack you. So, we're going to stop the run first and foremost, and try to make them one-dimensional and throw the football.
This has been an exclusive presentation of the NCCU Sports Network.